Welcome to Women's Virtue. This is March 8th, 2021. It's Monday. Dear Lord, please bless this. Please bless this talk in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Okay. Jesus said in the Bible, I am the way and the truth and the life, and no one comes to the Father but through me. Truth is really important, and there's a lot of brainwashing going on right now trying to confuse and mislead people. So the topic today is never ever use the satanic communist word sex ever again. Now you might be thinking, what is she talking about? Well, let's think about this. The word sex has so many different meanings. We shouldn't be using it. Now, just like if you say, oh, there's a robin, there's a bluebird, there's a hummingbird, there is a hawk, there's a pigeon. You just named a lot of different types of birds. But if you were just taught, oh, that's a bird, you'd see all these animals. You're like, oh, they're birds. You'd never learn their names. You'd never know the differences between them. And that's what's happening. So the word sex has taken over because it blurs all these things. Now, the only sexual activity that is not harmful is marital intimacy, face-to-face, lip-to-lip, nose-to-nose, the penis and the vagina, when the couple, and I'm talking spiritually, physically, emotionally, when the couple is feeling close, when there's a lot of trust, and they're in a committed marital relationship. Let's look at a lot of other things that people now called sex. Masturbation is called sex with yourself. Sodomy, the penis in the mouth, the penis in the anus. Sodomy is a biblical term. So here's when possible, go with the biblical term. And look also, if you don't have a biblical term, look at the legal and the medical terms. Stay away from slang. So sex, again, they can say sex, sexually assault. That's rape. So let's call rape, rape. If you have a father and a child, that is incest. And incest can be maybe the father kissed the daughter. That's incest. Maybe the father vaginally raped. That's forced. That's rape. That's not a sexual. Let's stop with this whole sexual assault stuff. Let's name what the people are doing. Then, so we have incest. We have sodomy. We have rape. Then if you have two people who are, or even one of them is married, that is called adultery. That act is called adultery. If you have two people who are not married and they have vaginal intercourse, that is called vaginal penis in the vagina. That is called fornication. Let's see what other things we have. There's so many different deviant there's prostitution. There's somebody being held against their will. There are orgies. They'll call that group sex. So just stop. Don't let yourself be brainwashed. Find out what the real terms are. Oh, and this is a term a lot of people don't know. Pederast. Pederast is a male sodomite who likes to sodomize young boys. I think the term for the young boy might be cannabite or something like that. So when you have these men who are after young boys, that is a pederast who is into sodomy. We have child molesters. We call them child molesters, or the new term sexual predator. These could be pederasts that are sodomizing young boys. They could be people who are raping small children who are adults. And by the way, in California, they just passed some sort of crazy law that as long as there's no more than 10-year difference, the person doesn't automatically end up on the sex registry. So if you have a 19-year-old with a 9-year-old or a 20-year-old with a 10-year-old. Let's see what other things. So we've had adultery, we've had orgies, we've had fornication, sodomy. Well, anyway, and then there's all these creepy, satanic, icky things where people are choking other people or doing just, that's just deviant. It's almost like a satanic human sacrifice. So stop dressing up something that it's not. Stop using the communist satanic word sex. Learn the proper term for something. Don't make something seem better than it is. Oh, yes. And Jesus said in the Bible that if you even look at a woman with lust, you've committed, if you're single, you've committed fornication in your heart. If you're married, you've committed adultery in your heart. Just don't go down the path. They're trying to blur everything and make everything okay, and it's clearly not. Thank you for listening to Women's Virtue.